Now, the Brexit Secretary Dominic Raab has told the House of Commons that the UK and the EU are close to securing a Brexit deal, but there is still a possibility of no deal. And meanwhile, the EU's chief Brexit negotiator, Michel Barnier, has been meeting a cross-party group of pro-Remain MPs who are calling for a people's vote on the final Brexit deal. Well, our correspondent Adam Fleming is in Brussels, where that meeting's just finished. What's the latest on it, Adam?
Hi Ben, well the meeting has just finished and Vince Cable's just emerged, so let's have a quick chat with him now. What was your message to Michel Barnier and how did he receive it?
Well, he was very receptive. He was in listening mode, obviously. He has his role as an EU negotiator. He wasn't there to negotiate with us. But we certainly got the message across that there is a strong and growing body of opinion in the UK which wants to see a people's vote to resolve this issue. I wanted to make sure that they'd heard about the necessity for them to do their contingency planning. But also to express our concern about the European nationals in the UK and the British nationals in Europe, that in the event of a no deal, that their position is properly protected.
I mean, Michel Barnier's got a TV, he's on Twitter, he knows about the People's Vote March. Does this actually make any difference, you coming here in person?
Well, I think the fact that there are four different parties reflecting not just the opinion on the streets, which you saw in the march, but the fact that there is a growing group in Parliament. We think on the back of an envelope, currently 100 have declared their support for the People's Vote. There are many, many others in Parliament who will join us eventually when the divisions on these matters take place.
You talk about contingency planning. Is that you want the EU to start planning for the UK staying in?
Well, we know that the British government itself is doing so. The Prime Minister didn't deny that when I challenged her on Monday after press reports. And I would hope the Commission are doing the same, and I certainly got across the message that they ought to be.
Did Michel Barnier give away any details of the progress that's been made in the talks that we, the public, haven't been told about yet?
No, he's a professional and he wasn't giving away anything, and I wouldn't have expected him to.
Does he personally want the UK to stay in?
I think there is a great deal of affection and respect for the UK, sadness that the Brexit has happened, but he is the Brexit negotiator, and we were there to tell him to do his job.
I mean, did he send a signal to you that he would be glad if the UK stayed in, and if Brexit wasn't going to happen and his job had been a waste of time?
No. He wasn't in any way indiscreet. I dealt with him when I was in the cabinet on single market issues. He's an accomplished diplomat and behaved entirely properly. But we were, I think, reassured that he was listening and heard what we had to say.
Okay, thanks very much. Vince Cable, yes. And no rest for Michel Barnier, because he's got another visitor from the UK tomorrow, Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London.
Yeah, no shortage of British visitors to Michel Barnier's office. All right, Adam, thank you very much indeed.